So I got to point something out here. I'm really in touch with what's happening with AI, and one of my biggest fears is that people are going to wake up and their income is going to be gone. They're going to get laid off. They're going to be replaced. Salesforce just fired 45% of their customer service staff. Thousands and thousands of people wake up without a job, and now they have to go compete in a very, very challenging job market. And the Senate actually just released a report. They anticipate over the next 10 years, 100 million jobs displaced. That's the US Senate released that report. So I'm just wondering, where does the stock market, where does investment play into this new future where everybody is thinking like, am I even going to have a job next week, next month, next year? How does the stock market investing play a role in that?
So there's this saying that history doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes, right? And so when you think about back in the day when they were making cars, I'm from Detroit, I'm in the Motor City. You think about when they were making cars, people were physically painting cars, physically putting tires and welding stuff together. And then you kind of had the assembly line come in that sped it up. But then you eventually had robotics painting cars, right? It sprays it faster, more accurately than a human being could do it. And I'm sure everybody was like, these robots are going to take our jobs. You'd look at the grocery store. It used to have 1 million checkout aisles. Then someone said, oh, let's do self-checkout, right? And everyone was like, these self-checkouts are going to take our jobs. The reality is humans will always be needed, but they'll just be needed in a different capacity. And then there'll also always be humans that are needed to fix the robots, fix the AI, fix the machines. Where does that fall into the line with investing? What you're looking at is a transformation that's happening. And as these transformation happens with robotics, with AI, there are companies like the AMDs of the world, the NVIDIAs that need to make semiconductors and chips and build data centers and store all this data. They need hard drives. They need energy. They need cooling to cool down these data centers. That presents a unique opportunity, not just for investment, but also for jobs. Because I'm not a doom and gloom guy. I'm not the guy that's going to be like, everyone's going to lose their job. There will be new jobs. And if you're willing to get retrained, there will be new opportunity. So that's that side of it. But also there'll be new opportunity for your money. There'll be new opportunity for you to invest. Think about it. We didn't have social media, maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago? Because of the internet, because of high speed, here comes, what was it? I forget that pace, MySpace. It was MySpace and Facebook back then, if you can remember back that far. Then come Instagram, right? Then you have the YouTubes of the world. You have all of these apps and platforms that just broke out. Now you have TikTok. And so there'll always be new places for your money to go, which is why I think it's so important to figure out how to have your money work hard for you, then you work hard for it. And not be afraid of these technological changes, but say, what are the new opportunities from a job standpoint? But I think equally or more important, what are the new opportunities from an investment standpoint?
I believe that everybody needs to have additional streams of income right now. We need to be working on additional streams of income. And maybe that's in stock investing. Maybe it's not. I don't care. I don't have a dog in the fight. But what I do know is that if you're not upskilling, educating yourself, and building up additional streams of income, you're exposed, my friend, and your wife is counting on you. Your kids are counting on you. Your community is counting on you. Your church is counting on you. I honestly, I think it's kind of selfish not to invest in yourself at this time. You know what I mean? And
absolutely,
it's time. And I don't know exactly what that looks like for every person that's listening here, but you need to have additional streams of income. It's too risky. Jason, you brought up something that I think is really interesting, which is these data centers. And I don't think people understand what's going on here. Like, we're looking at hundreds of billions of dollars of investment going into building these data centers. Meta is building a data center the size of Manhattan in the middle of Louisiana right now. It's called Hyperion. You guys can look it up. There's an estimate that by 2030, there's going to be $6 to $7 trillion invested in these data centers. So here's where it gets interesting, Jason. Where's a good place to park some cash? Where's a good place to get active in the stock market? Where are the opportunities going to be when these companies are spending trillions of dollars in data centers? Where's the money? Where should I be putting my cash?
Yeah, you brought up an interesting point, right? Trillions and billions of dollars going into these data centers. And I was just talking to some of my members last night about this. I said, I know everyone's not a stock investor. It's a big AI channel. So I want to just make it plain and simple. I want people to think about the gold rush. There were people that rushed to California to mine for gold, right? Everybody's excited about the gold rush. But some people said, wait, these people are going to need a place to sleep. So some people rushed and started building houses. Somebody's like, they're working all day. These people are going to need water. So some people set up water bottle shops and water containers. Somebody's like, these people got to eat. Somebody opened up a restaurant, right? Somebody's like, they need picks, shovels, axes, wheelbarrows. Maybe Home Depot was created, right? So think gold rush. It's not just about the thing. It's about all the things around it that are going to be needed to support this rush. And that's what's happening with AI and what's happening with data centers. You think like, wow, they're building this data center. True. Somebody's has to be inking these corporate real estate deals. That could be a place to look in real estate. Once they get the building, they need chips inside that building, right? Semiconductors. So I want you thinking AMD. I want you thinking NVIDIA. I want you thinking Broadcom. That is a place to go and consider parking or investing some cash, because everyone needs chips for all this data and all this information that we're processing. What are they made out of? They're made out of copper, gold. If you look at gold, gold has been on a tear. Gold is used as some of the material in these semiconductors and some of the material for these large lines that they're going to lay to transfer the data. You can look at gold. You can look at the cloud infrastructure. So you're talking about AWS, Amazon Web Service, Microsoft Azure. You're looking at Oracle Cloud Services. One of the big things that most people might be missing out on is all this new data is being put into the cloud on these servers. What's one of the biggest concerns that companies and consumers should have? It's going to be cybersecurity. So you can start to look at companies like CrowdStrike. That's the company to pay attention to, because cybersecurity is going to continue to increase, because now we got all these apps accessing your information. Then companies are using it on their phone, their laptops. They got to protect their consumers and their employees. So those are just some of the boomerang effects of AI come into play in different places that you can look to potentially park some cash. And then, kind of like we just talked about as well, those are sectors that you could look at. Maybe I should be getting a job or learning how to implement some of this stuff, or be going back to school to become an engineer, or maybe I can become a prompt engineer, as they call it now, with using AI. So it creates equal opportunity both for jobs. If a person's like, I'm not into investing, that's fine. You're investing at some point, you're investing in yourself. But if you're also into making your money work for you, think gold rush and think about all the other things that have to get a piece of the pie for this to come to fruition.
That's a great point. During the gold rush, the people selling the shovels made the most money, right?
Exactly. Shovels, water bottles, food, hotels probably popped up. What about their family coming in to visit them? Like, all of this stuff starts to create these micro economies that create opportunity.